It's a pleasure to be here. And I'm just going to make a brief statement, and then I look forward to the dialogue and the discussion. As many of you know, the Infrastructure Act is a huge investment, $550 billion over 5 years. And you may know that GAO is an oversight agency. So our role will be in overseeing the funds and how they are used. Just briefly, the funding will be across almost all physical infrastructure sectors: roads, bridges, highways, rail transportation, including passenger and freight, public transit, telecommunications, power and grid, and there are other areas as well. But those are areas that the group that I work in at GAO, the Physical Infrastructure Group, those are areas that we oversee. So I wanted to give a sense of what we would be looking at the various agencies that are responsible for those funds that will be allocated those funds, which are agencies like DOT, some of the local transit agencies like here in DC, WMATA, the Washington Metropolitan Transit Agency. And this includes traffic safety, NISTA, and the Federal Highways Administration. What we will be looking at over time, some of our studies, so what we have is what we call mandates. They are required by the Act and they're written into the Act. We have a total of about 35 mandates that are written into the Act. And we will be looking at how the funds are used. So that includes how projects are selected, the justification for the projects, the process for approving the projects, the criteria that are used, and things like that. Just gives you an idea. And then further down the road, after a few years, we also have a requirement to review the effectiveness of these programs. So that means things like, did they accomplish the intended goals? Did they accomplish the outcomes? Various ways of assessing the overall effectiveness of the program. So I just wanted to give you a sense of what GAO as an oversight agency would be looking at in the huge scope of this funding.